Okay, what I wanted to discuss today first, before we jump into the meditation, is this whole thought, as some of you know here, not in the Instagram world, about Dr. Schussler's tissue salts. What Dr. Schussler did is he found out that we are made up of these tissue cells that are connective tissues. And the connective tissues, what that means to you is that we need a balance of all 12 in order to achieve greater health. What that translates to in today's talk is that I am going to be going over ferrum, which is iron. Iron, as you know, grounds you into your physical form. Some of you may not understand that during these times, I'm going to rephrase that. During these times, there's a lot of fear and isolation, and we can really get disconnected. Some of us seek a much more spiritual way of looking at things, while others might be eating too much. I'm one of those. And so, in our greatly flawed physical form, we must find the divinity within, the sacredness. So, what that means is that currently in America, 25% of Americans, not even worldwide, 25% of Americans, I repeat, we have very low levels of iron. Why is that important? Because if your levels of iron are so low, you will be anemic. And I have always loved, I love Latin roots of words. Anemia, which means without blood. So if you're feeling lightheaded, if you feel that you cannot focus or perhaps a little bit confused, think, am I missing ferrum, iron? In the tissue world, salt, it would be called ferrum phosphoricum. But for our purposes, the message I want to deliver today is how do you get it in your foods? So the top 3 foods that you can get iron in, and I mean the top 3 are definitely number 1, prunes, something as simple as prunes. The other one is dark cherries. By the way, everything I suggest, please make sure it's organic. So dark cherries, prunes, and those of you that are not vegan, you can do anchovies. And those foods will not be very good together, but in different recipes. The other thing that I'm highly recommending during these days are walnuts. Therefore, oh, so hold on one second, somebody was requesting something. Therefore, what I want to talk about before, again, we're going to jump into the meditation at exactly 3:10. And I will guide you. And what the purpose of this is, how do we all come to being in service to one another? How do we all uplift one another in these chaotic times? And remember, everything is 2 sides of the same coin, right? So as I was saying, back to anemia, one of the top situations that you may find within your own physical form is that if you have, and if you look at your fingers underneath the nail bed, if it's rather pale under there, that's how you would know, maybe I'm low on iron. The other way is if you bring your eyelid down, look in the mirror, and if you bring your eyelid down and it's rather whitish or pinkish, not good. It should be quite red. And I repeat, you can also Google foods rich in iron. I'm not recommending a supplement. Those are the worst. A lot of them have binders and they just sort of sit in your system. Whereas I'm suggesting that you can best get them through the foods you eat. And another thing that I am a huge fan of is a plant called perilla. It comes in green and in purple. I like the way it sounds like a fashion shirt, right? No, a plant called perilla. It's great omegas for those of us that don't want to have fish, but instead we are more of a vegan diet. So again, perilla, the ones that are the purple ones, they have a higher content in iron. The other thing I wanted to talk about before I go further, I am horrified I was away in San Diego for these last few days, and I was horrified that in any shop you go to for us women, there are a lot of clothing that are made from polyester, rayon, all these synthetic fibers. I just want to remind everyone that the skin is your third lung. So if you want to have your third lung breathing properly, you being healthy, you not freaking out about the to-dos and what's going on around you, please shop natural fibers, cotton, wools. There's a lot of things called smart wool and all that. Anyway, natural fibers. Going back to the prevalence of anemia. So if 25% of humanity in the US has anemia, what does that mean to you? You might find that you are low in your energy levels, which means you can experience fatigue. If you experience fatigue, then you really wouldn't want to get up and go work out, which we all need to do some sort of fun, sweaty activity, FSA. If you do fun, sweaty activity on a daily basis, what that does for you and to you is it really brings up your immunity because you're sweating. And I don't have to tell you why, but there's a lot of places where you can find out more about it. My focus is how do we bring all of us together? And it has been said that meditation with us all together for the same cause to uplift the planet works best. With that being said, in Kundalini Yoga, they say that there is something we seek to find the pearl in the third eye. So that when we close our eyes, we find this pearl, which is amethyst light color. I wish I had somebody, that's purple, a lot lighter than that. And that is a water I recommend in case I'm going to sound like a commercial, everyone. Not getting sponsored, I promise. Penta. This is H20O. Try it. I recommend it to all of my patients that have asthmatic respiratory conditions. It works. You can add to that, again, your ferrum, iron rich foods. So it turns out that in the US, 2% of men are anemic, 10% of women are anemic. But if you are Hispanic, African American, the numbers go up to 20% of those women. And of course, a lot of people would say, well, vegan people would also be higher in anemia or in iron deficiency. So therefore, I am pleading with all of my vegans, again, I am a vegan, to please make sure that you are having prunes, having dark cherries, having dates, and any other foods, again, that are rich in those, iron. Next thing, I talked about the eyes and the nails. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yes, pale. If you find that you're extremely pale, and even if you go in the sun, you're not getting enough of the nutrients, then make sure you're eating carrots, at least 2 carrots a day. If you're having more respiratory issues and you feel you're having more palpitations, do 3 yellow squashes, again, organic, raw, in different ways, shapes, and forms. I think that is it for what I wanted to share on the nutritional part. On the spiritual part, why I decided to talk a little bit about iron deficiencies is because, remember, we are 0.5% ether, spiritual, energy, frequency, vibration, whatever you want to call it, but the other half is this physical form. And I say half because we're over 80% water, right? So we keep that in mind. We want to be as close to our Mother Earth, as much as we can be. What that means is how many dark green leafy vegetables did you eat today? How many fruits did you have today? If you didn't, after this run out, get some. But for our purposes, I am now going to remind those of you who have not done this before, because I know you guys here in Zoom have, but in Instagram world, I haven't. What we want to do is we want to, in Chinese medicine, this is the feminine and this is the masculine. So right here, if you go out with your friends and you drink a lot of alcohol and one of your friends or you pass out, you would stick that finger really hard in there to make somebody come back from passing out. True story. Okay, so because of that, we're going to put the tip of the tongue behind the teeth and the gum line, not up in the palate, but behind. And like that, we're going to inhale and then exhale, keeping the tip of the tongue there. Okay? At your own pace, I'm going to ask everyone to sit as straight as you can, roll back your shoulders, pin them down. And what we've been doing lately is I'm asking you to put the palms of your hands down so that these meridians in the upper part touch the meridians in your leg. If you put all 5 fingers, these are all of lung, large intestine, sanjiao, which means the 3 chambers, the heart, and the small intestine. And some of you who've worked with me know that the small intestine meridian really does attach to previous lives or family lineage DNA, whichever definition works best for you. So we're going to put our hands on our knees. And again, the purpose for this is to connect to the meridians that go in the legs: stomach, spleen, liver, urinary bladder, and gallbladder. Just trust me on that one. So if everyone could sit straight and close your eyes, breathing in through your nose and keeping the tip of the tongue behind the teeth and the gum line. And exhaling. And you keep doing this at your own pace. But I ask you that as you inhale, you say to yourself, I'm inhaling all of the healing energy of the cosmos, not only this planet, because remember, there's many planets out there. Healing energy, breathing in. And then as we exhale, we want to exhale a little longer. So we're letting go of anything that no longer serves you, any conditions that you want to focus on today. And as we connect first ourselves, we fill up our cup first, and then we help others, the planet, the planets, the universe, and far and beyond. Keep breathing in and out. And as you breathe in and out, just think about how wonderful all of your fingertips feel on your knees, how the meridians from your upper frame connect to the meridians of the lower frame. Although we are one beautiful human being, we are electrically connected through our meridians energetically. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, keeping the tip of the tongue connected to our feminine and masculine aspects of our yin and yang. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to focus on your third eye, on your forehead, on the pearl. What we look for here is a light. At first, it might look like a white light or a yellow light. Eventually, it will look like an amethyst color light. But whatever your light is, we'll work with it. And if any thoughts come into your head, just say, thank you, ego. I'm right here, right now. I want you to stay on the side. Or what do you want to say? What is your message? And we keep breathing in and exhaling out longer. And as you inhale and you exhale, I want you to become very aware of all the energy that's flowing through your arms, your fingertips, your legs, and every single one of your toes. These are our sort of antennas, our extremities. I want you to keep breathing in and out, focusing on your mainframe, your hard drive, what I call the physical form, the body, the head, the neck, the shoulders. Imagine that the head, the neck, and the shoulders are starting to get completely relaxed. They sort of melt downward into our chest, our rib cage, our belly button, our abdominal area, down our legs, down our arms into the fingers, down the knees, down the calves, down into your ankles, down your feet, down both of your feet, as all of the energy descends into the center of Mother Earth. As you keep paying attention to your breath and to the sound of my voice and any other sounds around you, they help you to go in deeper and deeper in relaxation. And as you go in deeper and deeper into relaxation, I want you to focus on maybe a pain you may be experiencing in your body. And as you experience this pain, I want you to ask it, what gift is in this pain? What are you trying to tell me right here, right now? And you listen to it. As we breathe in and out, then you will focus on expanding this energy into any other part of your body, going into this ball of beautiful healing light that starts at your heart, and it starts to expand bigger and bigger into your auric field. And this auric field becomes the color amethyst. And as the color amethyst becomes larger and larger, bigger than yourself sitting here now, I want you to expand that amethyst color into the room you're seated in, into your household and any loved ones that are there with you. Send them this beautiful healing amethyst violet ray light. As you expand this healing energy, let us expand it to our neighborhood. Imagine that it's sort of like a heartbeat that contracts and expands and contracts and expands. And as it contracts and expands, it keeps getting bigger and bigger to this continent, contracting and expanding to our Mother Earth planet. As you keep imagining this beautiful ray of amethyst colored light, let us stay here for a while on our beautiful Mother Earth planet, just sending pure healing energy to everyone and everything. May we all vibrate in higher levels of frequency, taking us away from our fears and our isolations through this chaos. Remembering that our thoughts become our manifestations, our actions. Thinking and remembering that we're all here with the same purpose. And that purpose is to be of service to one another. As you keep expanding, expand onto our solar system, sending pure, loving amethyst light to every other planet in our solar system. As we breathe in and out, expand it to the other solar systems, to the universe. And feel how it feels as you contract and expand this healing energy, how wonderful our body feels. A sort of tingling static, making us remember we become what we think about. Enjoying the healing light as we contract and expand into this universe, and going far out, as far as you could possibly conceive, as far as our imagination, our creativity, our truths, our understandings allow us, and expand it even further. And as you go further, imagine that suddenly you cannot go any more, and it's this sort of white, beautiful, bright light of pure, loving energy. And now I will stay quiet as you do your work here, expanding and contracting. See you on the other side. Now, I ask everyone that is there breathing in and out, start to imagine that you honing your energy, bringing it in smaller, not out there in the universe, but now bringing it back down to this universe, to this solar system, to this planet, to this city, wherever you may be, to this place here and now. And I want you to imagine that you're bringing it back into your heart. This sphere of amethyst light gets smaller and smaller and goes back into your heart of hearts. And as you imagine, as this energy of pure amethyst unconditional love goes into your heart, just imagine that it's sort of like an octopus and the energy flows down your legs, flows down into your arms. And again, the hands and the feet, they really are sort of antennas that guide us and glide us through this here and now. With these antennas, we do manual labor. We are of service to others, but I would dare to ask you all to journal whenever you have a moment. In the morning, I do practice of journaling, but also before bed and sort of doing a gratitude journal. This is what I am grateful for today. Same thing, different day, right? It's in our practices, in our disciplines, in our day-to-day activities that we remember that we are all one. I thank everyone for joining me today, and I hope that you use the rest of this awareness, this sort of, let's call it clarification, and to deciding what it is you want to manifest next. What is it that you've been working on that maybe you need help with? DM me if you have any questions, and I will answer. In light and love, I thank everyone for sharing your time with me, and I will see you next Wednesday, 3 p.m. I think we have 3 or 4 more to go, and then I'm going to change it up. Okay, guys, have a fantastic, not great, rest of your day. Bye.